Ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, welcome back to the Sepulcher. Nice, big looking area. It's pretty much the same as everywhere else, so no real additional positives for the visuals here. Not really. Hello, Mr. Red. I think, based on current trends, we're probably going to end with a net positive overall to story to Shadowlands, which is highly amusing to me, by the way. Because, let's be clear, we have several significant negatives coming up. We do. But I think that's it. I think, by memory, we're pretty much at the end of the negatives of Shadowlands. And what's funny is those negatives are for the jailer. And once we remove him of the work, because we're about to kill him, that's the last of the negatives. And we're going to start getting positives again. I swear I'm not making that up, and I'm not just saying it to meme on the jailer. That's really true. The moment he leaves the narrative, the game instantly gets better. I mean, that's how that works. That is the reality. I should also mention, I've never actually finished the main quests, as is obvious by the fact that I still have a Shadowlands quest on the character I'm on. You know, my main. I believe, is this actually the... Whoa, there. Yep. This eternal guardian lies in wait, keeping a timeless vigil over the entrance to the Sepulcher of the First Ones. I was actually about to ask why the big guy was out so early. I was actually confused by it. So I did a lot of these fights in Dragonflight, which means they were still a little bit hard, and we actually still had to have a bit of a group going. And I was just honestly confused. I guess I could... I was even saving my cooldowns. Because, you know, he's not out yet. There's our burn face. Oh yeah, they really like their big arenas in this raid. I remember that. Down you go. What the hell is Cosmic Flux?
Step carefully. Mortals were never meant to enter this sacred ground. You will soon witness events that expand your understanding of existence. Some may even unravel your sense of reality, sending you spiraling into insanity.
Okay.
That's not order.
Your efforts are meaningless, mortals.
Pitiful mortal.
Is flawed. Reality must be remade. I will see it done.
Sure thing, Sargeras.
Death comes for the soul of your world.
Yeah, could you say anything at all, Zoval? Literally, just anything. Because I'm not sure we have ever had a worse negative than Zoval, a worse villain, per Xavion's question. Like, honestly. Yeah, what's wrong with reality? You'll notice, I hate to spoil something, but even Even when he finally admits his motive for doing everything, he still doesn't actually specify why. He has seen some great, doomy, ever-present threat in the distance. What is that threat? Not answered. Well, it's funny you say that. I've been jotting down which specific negatives are directly attributed to the jailer. Which I need to update that list. So I could compare side by side. It was, what, 43 negatives? Yeah, there's the boss, by the way. 43 negatives for Takuma, I want to say. Hang on a second. Ignore the frickin' Cartel Zai, which is in the final raid of the game for some reason. Alright, look at me, look at me. Don't look at Bragwin, look at me. So, this is a nice little tidbit, something that they really should have done more of. So there's several Devourers, and they are quite literally eating the walls. This is something that has been hinted at and talked about, but this is the first time they show us these things quite literally chewing holes in the rock, right? Actually devouring the structure of the setting. Yep, they're actually physically different from being here. There's been a lot of hints for a while that the Devourers are actually morphic beings. Or in other words, that they have no true form. Yep, the Devourers are fighting the Cartel, are fighting the mechanisms? I'm not sure what to call those. Everyone's fighting each other. All three of them are fighting each other. The Automa. Not the Automata. That would make too much sense. Also, any area that's this kind of dusty, like, fallen apart area, this is an area that's already been consumed of anima. I didn't really show that off, but it's briefly visible in Zereth Mortis itself. Whoa! Bragwin, no! I'll save you, Bragwin. Yes, for once there's an area where a whole bunch of people fighting each other, and it's not the Horde Alliance! I wasn't joking. The HVA is gone. It has not been back still. I hope to God it never comes back. But as of now, it continues to be gone. But yeah, Necron Tomb World. Good way to describe this. Because yeah, this is an area that's already been consumed by things like that. Damn it, Huthor, it's time to kill whoever wrote that short story. Which one is that one? Because I might have actually read that one. I could see that, Tizula. I'm kind of behind on the short story ones. I've read several, including the Shadowlands ones, but I haven't read all of them. I read the one with Galluix and, not Galluix. Gazlo, sorry. Different guy, different guy. Gazlo and Noggenfogger. That was actually a pretty good short story. I like that one. I feel I'm not supposed to be just standing in this, but honestly, whatever. You know one thing I love about Demon Hunter? When I get my procs and buffs going, my haste is so fast that my global cooldown animation is not fast enough to keep up with my actual global cooldown. part of the reason I mashed the button there, so that the button goes through as soon as it possibly can. Because if I waited for the animation, well, then I'm late. And you go. Brigwin, I'm just rolling Transmog on anything that can be Transmog. Feel free to roll in anything you actually want. I'm ambivalent. Okay. Probably Final Fantasy V, perhaps, yeah. I'd have to think past that. I'll read the journal, I'll read the journal. Oh, Brigman did something. Hang on, hang on. While we're here, so the thing we just fought. With the Sepulcher of the First Ones vulnerable, Devourers swarm in to feed their hunger. Among these aberrations is a ravenous Skolex. As the Great Worm consumes vast amounts of ephemera, well, don't worry about what that is, the Sepulcher is thrown out of balance and threatens to collapse in on itself. Yeah, I also kind of like the idea that even as we're pushing in here, the Sepulcher itself is completely collapsing in on itself. It kind of continues that motif of the entire expansion. The afterlives are broken. Like, obviously, Zoval didn't help anything, but even by the time we get here, this place is falling apart. I'm worried about Stranger of Paradise, but I'm looking forward to it, especially since it's a game on the potential co-op list. Hi, Baron. Yeah, we're in the very heart of the Shadowlands in the very literal sense of the word, and, well, it's problematic. Ugh, okay. Really? Really? Well, anyways, so we're gonna go fight Zymox again. After his defeat in Castle Nathria, Artificer Zymox sank back into the shadows to plot his next heist. With the Sepulcher of the First Ones now vulnerable, Zymox has summoned the full might of the Zai Cartel to plunder the ancient knowledge and powerful artifacts that are buried there. There's nothing I love more than giving negatives to WoW. Just think, the very next expansion, I will need a group to do raids. Still no positives.
Walker, is there no end to your incessant hounding?
No, it's still not positive. They're still abandoned raids. It still qualifies. But the dungeons...
I am past my breaking point!
Watch, all the dungeons are gonna suck.
Stumble through space and time! Ephemera is unbridled power!
I like the ship in the background there.
I wonder what that folding space has on your flesh.
Oh god, that would be awful, Blades of All.
Huddle close, so you can die. Your agony amuses me. Ephemera is unbridled power.
What is this, Malygos? Do I have a taste debuff on me? It sure feels like I do. Okay, this is... Okay.
It is amusing how you stumble through space and time.
Oh yeah, War Within will get the same rate abandonment negatives.
The stasis field
With
should
one
be busy.
huge exception. And that is the final fight. Because the final fight does have an evergreen feature to allow you to enjoy it. Story mode. That is the one exception. First gameplay positive to a raid.
Your agony.
Oh! Wait! We can make a deal.
No deals. Stay dead this time. Oh, I hope not, Blade Taval, but yeah. We're getting there, Magister. We're getting there. Hello, Halondrus. Which is not here for some reason. For eons, Halondrus traversed the cliffs of the Sepulcher of the First Ones, fulfilling its sacred duty of reclaiming ephemera and returning it to the Great Cycle. With intruders now throwing this pattern into anarchy, the Ancient Keeper will do whatever it has to maintain order, which is what the First Ones are all about, after all, because they're all about death and not order. I mean, it is a Dragoon, and I'm kind of down for it, frankly. What's up, Russ? I mean, this whole place is very Titan-esque. Really, if they ever want to reclaim this, they need to just codify this as Titan and be like, yep. So this is Halondrus. Jesus. Oh, wow. Sorry, speaking as a sound engineer, that is brilliant, the way they make it sound. That is incredibly inhuman sounding. And that is harder to make sound good than it sounds, ironically. Oh, that... Something actually hurt. Something actually hurt. Seriously, here, I'm going to turn off the music just so you can hear this. Yep, a necessary sacrifice. The collection cycle continues. Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I feel bad about killing it. A little bit. Yeah, that is some crunchy vocals under there. Just we didn't even kill it, by the way.
You have discovered a light step cipher. If you discover another cipher that allows traversal, we may be able to reach the captive king.
Oh, wrong button. Sorry. Warped pocket dimension. No matter how far you reach, the only thing you find within the bag is itself. And you right-click it, and there's no loot. What in the world? Okay, where are we going? Oh, we're going this way. Good fortune, Mr. Red. I can just tell you right now, I would have loved that fight. The one we just did. Yeah, no, I saw. You ever want to know how far this place goes? Near as I can tell, that's all the Sepulcher, too. And the way they use the fog is great. But my favorite parts are twofold. First, I don't know if I can ping it. Yeah, there. Do you see? There's a giant over there, and there's Halondrus, or another Halondrus over there. That's just horrifying. Oh, there's actual Halondrus. Sorry, Halondrus himself is right there. And he's healing. He's almost full health. Ha! Oh. Yeah. Let's go ahead and grab what we got here. Let's see. Plate. Isn't it great that we can get Transmog for stuff we can't equip? Isn't that a freaking awesome change that they made? Can I just gush about that for a second? So, Transmog those. Oh, that's a lot of those. Modules are warbound. Oh, they are. Excellent. Again, Brigwin, if you want something, just roll need or just ask, okay? I am not greedy. Okay, Blade Shovel asks a valid question. You probably don't understand how this works. So... Let me put it this way. I know FF14 doesn't work this way. Just let me translate this in FF14 terms. Let's imagine that you're playing a Dragoon. And you get a really cool Dragoon spear. Now, let's also imagine that FF14 also makes it so that the moment you get an item, it's unlocked for you, like WoW does, right? So you get a new spear and it's yours, right? Wrong, because you were playing a Paladin at the time. So you don't get that unlock because you're not a Paladin. And you can't change it. Like, you've looted it. It's done. It's gone. So you can't actually gain that Transmog because you were not the right class when you got the item. Now, that's how Transmog worked in WoW for several years. Mostly for under-the-hood programming reasons. Transmog is insane the way it's designed, and they've been iterating on it every expansion because of how spaghetti-coded it is. Nowadays, it doesn't work that way at all. Nowadays, if you are a bard and you pick up a spear, you have the spear unlocked. Boom. Just like that. And that's true with armor. That's true with weapons. That's true with mounts. It's true with hearthstones. It's true with login screens. They've been pushing more and more and more and more things into what they call warbound, aka account bound. And that is a very good change that has been escalating as time goes on. Very, very recently they made it, I think it was in Dragonflight, they made it so that you can start unlocking Greys as armor. I remember because A, I started getting, you've got this unlocked all over the place, and B, and more importantly, all of a sudden the auction house started exploding with people selling Greys from all over the place. It was kind of funny, actually. I have to give a visual plus. I have to. Look at this place. So hang on. We're going to go with visual storytelling first. Not brickwork, visual storytelling. This is telling a story. Just looking around here. And like that massive chasmous underbelly we saw earlier, where the recycling happens, you know? Yeah, why can't we pilot these mechs? Very sad about this. Oh yeah, the contrast between here and the Halondrus area, aka the Dusty Ruins. The Tomb World is what I'm going to call it. Okay, next, I believe... Yeah, we've got this nice long stretch to go through here. Again, I don't think this fits in Warcraft, and I stand by that. But it would be remiss of me not to point out how frickin' cool it is. Like, again, the art team were doing their freaking jobs, and the sound design team, obviously. So that, up ahead, that is Duasegni, the Fallen Oracle. This is the one that the jailer dominated earlier to open the pathway. Dominated by the jailer, Duasegni leads the Mossworn into battle to gain control of the Forge of the Afterlives. The jailer plans to use its power to unleash an eternity of torment on all of reality. Oh, so that's his plan. He just wants to torture everyone forever. Cool. It's not much of a motive, I'm not going to lie. Like, usually... Hang on, Bragwin, don't. Well, I guess you have to release. I've already blown my res, but I'm coming back. They apparently were not aggroing me. Jesus Christ. Come on. Come on. If you're wondering why Bragwin keeps dying, she's level 71, by the way. And this is functionally a level 60 raid. You know what's interesting? As I was thinking about the Lich King and his actual motives, the second Lich King, it actually reminded me of Mateus. Our Mateus. But what really stuck with me is that at least he had a motive that was understandable and possible. Oh, sure, Huthor. And kill Jaden? Yeah, I mean, his despair and his bitterness and envy drove him for quite some time. Sargeras' plan, as insane as it is, actually has a fair amount of logic to it, and so forth and so on. The jailer, he just wants to torture everyone, because the universe is wrong. How? Not answered. Okay, so I'm going to drop you off. Yeah, N'Zoth is literally a fragment of an eldritch being, so I'm going to drop you off, Brago, and then I'm going to go die, just to see what Luthor's on about. Cool place up here. What? Huh? Okay, so it puts me here with the boss. Or... here. For some reason. What? Good afternoon, Evo. Yeah, Deathwing is literally broken by insanity and pain. Mostly pain, really. And is desperately seeking his own death. Hell, Garrosh, you know, the best one. Oh, yeah, I was just picturing that. Garrosh had extremely relatable motives and goals. And was a fully fleshed out character that they spent several expansions building up. The jailer? I want to torture everyone forever. Yeah, why? Because torture... See, you see, torture is bad, and therefore the bad guy wants torture. It's right there in the name. Yeah, we still don't actually know what Xalatoth's up to, and the Incarnates, we'll talk about them, but there's some relatability there. Maybe relatability. There's understandability there. Yeah, that is actually awful checkpoints.
His voice must prevail.
Because I'm evil, yes.
Dissonant chord.
Wow, that is a hell of an attack. Wow. Yeah, so Vaunus wants freedom, and is angry and you know, pushing back against all of reality out of a combination of spite and defiance.
Dissonant chord.
I'm not betting on it, Evo. We actually have a decent amount after the raid, and arguably during the raid to do. There's a decent amount of epilogue, which I should mention I've never seen. Again, to point it out, I'm on the Souls Entwined step on this character.
Inevitable dominion. The harmony will not be silenced.
Yeah, we've got the Reclamation of Lordaeron. We've got the Blood Elf quest. We've got the epilogues.
The song of the first ones must endure.
Okay, now in the interest of honesty, I cannot rescue Praegon. It's a 30-minute cooldown.
Futile. No power you possess can stop what is coming.
Raw? Is that you? Seriously, that just sounds like Raw again. No, yeah, that's a nice touch there. Slowly seeping out there. What's funny is, I haven't really talked about this yet, but you're probably wondering, hang on. So the jailer was sentenced to the maw, right? So why would you sentence the jailer to super hell thinking that would be what saves him? Here's the thingy. It wasn't super hell until, you know, the jailer got there. It was just this empty, blasted place of empty nothingness. It was just the maw. The jailer turned it into super hell. Why? You can even do something with that. But no, he just did. Because he's evil, see. Like, I don't know if you understand. Let me try to explain this in simple terms. So he's a bad guy, okay? I love robots. Do you love robots? His dick is so big, it went from hell to super hell. Again, I can think of several ways you could make that kind of thing work. I really can. Like, for example, imagine for a moment if he wanted to accomplish whatever it is he wants to accomplish, and the only way to do that is with hurting people. Like, pain directly leads to anima, somehow. And so he comes up with this really messed up process to extract anima from pain. So he gets really efficient. This area. He gets really efficient at extracting pain from people, not because he's evil or malevolent or anything like that, but because he kind of has to. It's his source of food. That would be interesting if extremely messed up. So, yeah, so this boss, we need to decide if this is a plus or a negative, because it is one or the other, or both. It could be both. So don't go any further, because I don't want to activate it. If you look up in those corners, you'll see the sigils right there. There's Revendreth, there's Maldraxxus, over there is Ardenweald, I think, and that one's Bastion. And those are prototypes of the Eternal Ones. This is the prototype pantheon, bereft of the cosmic spirits of the Eternal Ones. These incomplete host bodies can only carry out their base directives without mercy or compassion. With the enemy at the gates, Lihuvum? I don't know how to pronounce that. It has little choice but to activate these dangerous prototypes. Now, I've mentioned before how all of the log entries, the lore bits for this raid, were changed from beta to here. And that's almost absolutely assuredly something that they're doing specifically to try and smooth over some problems with the story. Again, it's very clear they're just trying to rush to the finish line and get all this over with, right? But I mentioned that because the original entry for this is a little bit more interesting. It says, the first iteration of the Immortal Council was not put into use because their ideals were too extreme. With the enemy at the gate, Lyhuvum has little choice but to reactivate these dangerous prototypes. That has very different connotations. The idea here is that these are incomplete host bodies of the Eternal Ones. In other words, the Eternal Ones are not robots. These are actually just the bodies they use. But the original intent was that these were the prototypes of the actual Eternal Ones. And they were designed with their ideals being too extreme. Now, let's be clear, the Eternal Ones are robots. Let's just get that out of the way. Like, in case you can't see from all the way up here, here they are. Here's the Primus. There's the Archon lady. You can tell. Yep. There's the Winter Queen. There's Denathrius. Remember him? Yeah, no, they're robots. Let's just be clear about that. But I kind of doubt/hope this never comes up again. Yeah, what he said. What it said. I have to admit, you're probably thinking, Lore, why do you like the idea that these are robots? Well, that's actually hard to answer, as weird as that probably sounds. So when I first saw the reveal that the jailer was a robot, my first thought was that it was the most interesting thing they'd ever done with the jailer. And I meant that. I still mean that to this very day. Him being a broken robot is one of the best takes they could have ever done on it. The problem is absolutely everything else, you know? I love these blank slate things, by the way. What will eventually be stewards...
More aberrations.
Their presence upsets the cycle.
The pattern must be restored.
Their strength harvested.
I actually, yeah, exactly, Bren. I actually really like the fact that they brought in the 4 actors for each of them and just have them voice it differently, you know, a little bit more devoid of emotion.
Focus. Strategy.
You know nothing of loyalty!
Hey, wow, Zazie. I'm not a hunter main. Making us
Tyrion's resolve is unbreakable.
So I'm afraid I can't help you with that. Okay, I don't know what that does.
Exists to rot.
Doesn't seem to share health.
Pride is your weakness.
Exactly.
The gravity of your sin falls upon you.
I think at the end of the day, the main reason I liked the idea of...
The wild charge!
The main reason I liked the idea
Never be sated.
of... Shut up! Of the jailer being a robot is it was the most interesting thing anything had ever done with him. Nothing about the jailer was interesting at all. At all. As I've made very, very, very clear this entire expansion. So the idea of him having something, anything going for him at all, kind of caught my attention. Now, I don't think they really capitalized on that, and frankly, I don't think they ever will. But that's why that caught me. And I just mentioned that because I know that's a rather unpopular opinion. I know a lot of people are like, oh, he's a robot. Roll my eyes. And yeah, I do agree. Him being a robot makes a lot more sense than him being Titan++.
Unburden yourself.
Tyrion, protect me!
I would say the specific thing that makes all of the Eternal Ones being robots more interesting to me
When my seeds wither, so
is that they won't shut up.
of the wild charge!
So you're saying you like the big super mastermind behind everything not being a robot, Papanix. The robot part is the part that bothers you.
Akirian's resolve is unbreakable.
Come on. Oh, hang on.
I failed the Kyrian.
I mean, yeah, the problem with the jailer is that he's the jailer. Let's just be really honest about that. Wait, why did Bragwin die? What? I wasn't looking. I was looking at loot. What killed her? No! The bouncer. I still have 9 minutes. I can't res you. I mourn the loss of Brag. The reason all of them being robots is more interesting to me is because it kind of helps to explain a lot of why the Shadowlands is broken. Ignoring the obvious fact that it is a constructed afterlives. It is. The afterlives, as we see it, are the constructed afterlives. That's not even my term for it, really. This is clearly a system which was built and designed and put into place by the first ones. So it's already a thing that's been built. And it's already a thing that's broken. One of the most common themes across the Shadowlands quests was how much all of this stuff doesn't work. Maldraxxus has done so much infighting and so much bickering that they are backbiting each other and no longer functioning as a single unit. Bastion is letting go of the past so hard that the moment anything goes wrong, no one knows what to do about anything. Ardenweald relies so much on external resources that they cannot function the moment the tap is turned closed. And Revendreth has turned into a den of sin and gluttony, constantly feeding on the people they're supposed to help. All of these systems are broken. Which makes sense to me if you consider the fact that all of this was a system put into place and is being maintained by robots who have been active for entirely too long. That's why I like the idea overall. Now, here's the problem. Because, of course, I can't say anything good without also saying something bad about Shadowlands. If the Eternal Ones are robots, that means probably each of the pantheons of each of the 6 fundaments are robots, including Elune, of course. That has its own implications, which hopefully they will never actually follow through on, but that's kind of a, oh, thing. Who crafted them? The first ones. What are the first ones? Not answered. Oh no! What killed you, Bragwin? I mean, the Naru are robots, let's be honest. They're not made of metal, but they're robots. Although that varies, I've noticed. Which individual Naru has developed as much. And honestly, the Naru have always reminded me of droids. Let's see. I don't think the Void Lords should be robots. So I'll start there. Elune, I think, shouldn't be robots. I'm with that. I say that plural. Elune is obviously just one of many, right? Or at least that's the idea. It's possible there's just Elune when it comes to the life pantheon. So, no robot there. I'm fine with Death being robots. Although, again, I would eject this completely. I'm obviously fine with Order being robots. That just lines up perfectly. What's that leave? We don't really have a like true fel thing. I've talked about that a few times. Yeah, the Void are kind of anti-robots, which makes sense. I mean, fel, if anything, feels like it's not robotic or organic. Fel feels like it's fire, which actually kind of makes sense in its own way. Yeah, exactly, as Mirstar. It's just burning. It would be funny if fel is just a fundament, and then over time more and more races have become fel. In other words, there's no such thing as an innate demonic creature at all, ever, and there never was. Just the first things that became fel, you know? Anyways, this is Lahuvim. Lahuvim? With meticulous care, Lahuvim weaves ephemera into being in accordance with the hallowed will of the First Ones. Now this process is threatened as Mossworn forces seek to claim this power. What is that giant thing in the background? Look at that thing. Look at that sucker. I am melodic and harmonic. That's worrisome. That's an interesting attack. Yeah, sure, Papa Nates. Remember the rules.
Use the ciphers you carry at the translocator to build an arc across this chasm.
Ebonblade, to me! We march to save the king!
Who? Well, that was a 5-second victory. No hard feelings, right? Oh, this is the good Lahuvim. Right, right. Hi. Yeah. Actually, hang on. Never done something. Really? Nothing? Oh, well. I'm sad. Oh god, where am I going? Oh, here. Yep, okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking here, Thor. I mean, go back to StarCraft. There are several robot-like entities which do still have pissed sounds. That would be hysterical, Xavion. Stop clicking me! Wham! Such and such boss engaged. Good luck and have fun. Oh, right, there he is. I'll wait for
It
Poppity.
is done. The final chamber of the Sepulcher opens before me. You were forged into a weapon to succeed where all others had failed. Now, one final purpose remains. Annihilate those who oppose me, and sunder your final tether to mortality.
Our only hope is that Anduin's will proves stronger.
We must help him break free. I cannot fail again.
So this is Anduin. So his lore thing says, controlled by domination magic, Anduin is being forced to aid the Jailer's plan to remake reality. As time runs out to stop him, the champions of Azeroth must make a difficult choice. Defeat the young king to save the cosmos, or risk everything in order to restore his soul. The original thing said, completely under Zoval's control, Anduin stands ready to destroy any who oppose his master. As time runs out, a difficult choice must be made. Defeat the boy king to save the cosmos, or risk everything in order to restore his soul. Not all these are super different, but, you know. It's okay, it's better than the next fight. Okay.
Your reality ends here. Break! Darkness consumes light! There is no balance. Submit. Kingsborn hungers. Your end has come. Break!
Yeah, I swear I hear Patrick's sights under there.
Darkness consumes light!
Could be wrong.
There is no balance. Your end has come.
By the way, I hope you're ready for some story negatives.
Hungers. Darkness consumes light! Your end has come! Break!
I love the priest abilities in the middle of all that, by the way. That's true, Demon Hunter versus Death Knight. And also a paladin. It actually is the same sword. Sorry.
Let me go!
Don't give up, Anduin. We will not fail you.
Remnant of a fallen king.
Your existence was one failure after another, old man. At Anderhall, you failed your kingdom and your prince. Today, you fail not only the boy king.
Save yourselves! End this!
Fall! There is no balance. Do you not understand? This one is bound to me.
Anduin!
Fulfill your final purpose. Annihilation. The fate of all who carry my blade. My son. This blade does not belong to darkness. It was forged by valor. And also by honor. Its legacy and ours are with you.
I'm actually with this. I really am. Because, yeah, they're not actually there. Let's be clear.
Arthas.
Is this all that remains of him?
The last flicker of his scarred spirit, consumed in the forges of the jailer.
No crown, no throne, not even a soul left for judgment. I hated you, hunted you, and with each selfish act became you. That is my burden to bear. But your legacy is at an end. Be gone then, Arthas Menethil. May the last whisper of your name fade and be forgotten.
The thing I like about that whole scene is Uther's physical reaction to that. Because, yeah. Jaina doesn't get to say anything. Or Uther. Or us. So yeah, Arthas, I've actually referenced this a few times, because several people ask, who is permanently gone in this setting? It's a pretty small list. And one of the few is Arthas, who is now, well, as gone gets, really. Moving on. So technically we're supposed to go do other stuff right now, but no, we've got a much worse boss fight to go do. Where are we at?
We have arrived at the most sacred of places, the very heart of the cosmic pattern.
The jailer will try to dominate our minds. Are you certain we'll be able to resist his power?
Of course! Well, in theory, that is to say, without proper testing.
So anyways, as you can see, there's the painting of the afterlives in the background there.
Your time is up!
Oh my god, it's Mal'Ganis!
You should have submitted.
Well, good news. It only happens in Shadowlands Playthrough.
Survival is not an option.
Hey, it's Contessa. You remember her, right? She's such a long-standing character in so much of the Warcraft lore is all about Contessa, right? Because Mal'Ganis over there, as I put out, is the original Dreadlord. He was the first one we ever saw in the entire franchise, and he is a critical character for many key components of the story. So naturally, we see him here.
Eons. Victory is within our grasp.
And then Contessa.
At long last, the end of this wretched farce.
Who the hell is Contessa? By the way, if you're wondering, she was invented for Shadowlands. In fact, she didn't show up till Korthia, so she's even more recent than you're thinking. So, I've pulled up a list. Some people have theory crafted about this. I'm just going to share this for the sake of informativeness. So let's read the dial thing first here. Using subterfuge and guile, the Nothrazim have worked for eons to bring The Jailer's plan to fruition. Remember, they're loyal to the Jailer. Not answered why. Now, on the brink of their master's victory, they only need to complete one final task to ensure none are left to resist the new order of the cosmos. Right. So they transform between several people here. They turn into Pyromancer Lograine, Galgan Firehammer, Darkweaver Scythe, Nethermancer Sepethria, Scarvald the Constructor, Cyanagosa, High Priestess Azil, Warmaster Blackhorn, Wise Mari, Zin the Weapon Master, Iminar the Soul Hunter, Talazay Flamewreath, Mansoray Flamefist, and Knight Captain Valkyrie. Now, you're probably thinking, that's a hell of a list and way too many names to remember, and that's fine. I'm just going to give you a vague idea here. So we've got person who helped other people join the Twilight Hammer, person who was infiltrating a Titan Vault, and then we've got one of the Arakoa, who was attempting to screw with things in Anduin. Sepethria was someone who was messing around with the Blood Elves during the events of BC. Scarvald the Constructor was one of the bosses of Utgard and was manipulating them. Cyanagosa was part of the Malygos War. High Priestess Azil, I'm just double-checking all these to make sure I'm not, was another Twilight Hammer person. That was in Cataclysm. Warmaster Blackhorn was actually a raid boss in Dragon's. He was the random-ass raid boss out of nowhere, if you remember him. Wise Mari is the boss in the Temple of the Jade Serpent, the Jinyu, who, like, totally turns on us and then dies. Oh. Then we have Zin the Weapon Master. He's also from Pandaria. He was a guy who was pretty much singularly responsible for making sure that the Mogu were fighting each other rather than anyone else. Iminar the Soul Hunter is the bounty hunter in the Antorus raid in Legion. We actually talked about him while we were there. Talazay Flamewreath is part of the Battle for the Broken Shore. That's also Legion. Mansoray Flamefist is someone in the Battle for Jazaralor. And I believe Knight Captain Valkyrie is also... nope, I'm wrong. That's a boss from Tol Dagor, which we didn't even show off properly. So, here's the deal. I have seen theory crafters who have spent quite a long time theory crafting on why these specific things, and how significant it is, and how it shows that these Dreadlords were always those people, and they were influencing all of those key parts of history, to once again showcase how the Nothrezim are behind literally everything ever. I think it's a lot of hooey.
You cannot escape death!
Having said that, I think that that was what the devs intended. I think that they were leaning so hard into the jailers behind everything thing. And, I think that that was the original intent, and at some point along the line, they realized how extremely bad of an idea that was to continue with that, and decided to go ahead and throw that out the window. Hence the devs saying, "Oh yeah, no, that's not it. That's not it." Would not exactly be the first time the devs have lied to us about the lore of Shadowlands. That's my take.
Fall to darkness!
Cliff Brigman. I like how I said that right as she dies.
I want more time.
The gloom rises.
Yeah, let me just dispel you. Oh. The designs? Like, what kind of designs?
Well played.
So here's a fun thing. Is Mal'Ganis now permanently dead? Good question. We may never know. They may never come back to this. Like, this is so far off the map, I really can only say I have no idea. A memento of Mal'Ganis' favorite pawn. Jesus. Yeah, by the way, that's the end of the Nothrazim in Warcraft. Have fun! Enjoy! They could hypothetically bring him back. I really hope they don't. Let Mal'Ganis and the Nothrazim stay dead, please. I don't know why I said Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis. Of course, Uthor. It's true! You have found me out! I am secretly Mal'Ganis. It is one of those funny things, right? Like, we don't want to... Well, I don't want him to come back, but at the same time, his final send-off is pretty bad, really. Jailer's bootlicker is not something I would consider particularly interesting. That is a very cool effect. Look at that. Damn it, it's Mira Star. In ridiculous. You're Mal'Ganis. I'm trying to merge Mal'Ganis and Eel. Mal'Ganis. There we go. That's you. Mal'Gilis. Either way, yes. By the way, Captain Zeus. Sorry to answer you. So yeah, so there's a Constellar here?
To me, champions of Azeroth.
For some reason.
Your deeds have unbalanced the harmony of the cosmos.
What? Huh?
For reality to endure, it must be remade. But you are nothing more than aberrations to be discarded.
Okay. That... What? Drawn to observe the fateful events unfolding within the Sepulcher of the First Ones, Rigellan succumbed to domination. Now this Constellar turns its cosmic power against any who would oppose the Banished One. Now, I happen to really like the Algalon fight, although I also did it when it was hard, so I suppose that's affecting my opinion there. But, yeah, we're fighting a Constellar? Who, by all accounts, should be several tiers lower than what we're seeing here. Remember, Constellars are servants of Titans. So that's like 4 steps down from what we're dealing with right now. But, yeah, whatever. I'm just going to go with it. So Bregman said AFK. I'm just going to go and bolt.
All possible outcomes result in your demise.
Yeah, I'm mortal. I'm going to die of old age eventually. Come on, dude. Yeah, listen.
Folding upon realities.
Listen. Sargeras has nothing to do with anything. He doesn't exist. There's no swords.
Through death will come order.
That's... okay. This is Final Fantasy X.
Corruption, cosmic collapse is inevitable. Through death will you fail to see what is coming.
Oh, hey, the two-hander dropped.
The jailer must be there.
And a dagger. So yeah, that's your first warning about there is something to come. Don't worry, in a minute we'll get our second of 2 warnings that there is something to come. Whatever. Trade this if I need to. Oh, I guarantee you with absolute certainty they wanted this to be some even bigger, weightier threat. And they at some point they were like, hold up. That doesn't work. And it's just the Void. It's just the Void. Which we've known about since BC. Arguably vanilla. You cannot fight what is to come. The thing you've been fighting for the last, like, 20 years of real life time.
The way is open. Prepare yourselves. The jailer is sending his Maw-sworn against us.
Yeah, that's kind of what he's been doing this whole time.
Them here. Champions, take the fight to the jailer.
He even says it like I do. The jailer. Okay, real quick. Nice little visual touch. It's kind of hard to see, but do you see those things? Oh, I can't ping it. Do you see those like weird columns just kind of hovering in the air? Well, if you look up, there's another group of them. Oh, hang on, let me get my name out of the way. There we go. Nope. Well, whatever. There's another group of them up there, and then there's another group above that, and then another group above that. And it just keeps going up. All the way up into oblivion up there. I don't know what those things are, but it's a nice visual. It also goes down, as you can see. Although it doesn't go all the way down. Wow, there's a lot of cracks in reality here. I sure hope Fareem doesn't have any theories about any cracks in reality.
Can your mortal minds fathom how long I have waited? Every event set in motion, every pawn put into play.
Yes, that's right.
Claim the power.
This was always the jailer's plan. Can I just say a separate negative for the fact that the Soul Grinder was always the jailer's plan?
Vulnerable, yet teeming with potential.
Also, the fact that Azeroth was wounded in BFA was also part of his plan. And the whole point of Icecrown Citadel was to channel that power, and oh my god, this is so stupid.
Reality. Death claims the soul of your world. Now, bear witness, mortals, to eternity's end.
You see, he's the bad guy of everything, forever. Also, I really hate to point this out, but hang on, aren't you like a Titan plus? Why does having a Titan soul do anything for you? I didn't skip anything, Mr. Red. That's just the cutscene doing its own thing there. Yeah, Azeroth is a Titan, a planet. The jailer's like, oh, I'm super stronger than you. God, I don't freaking know. Yeah, I think Bragwin's still AFK, so we're going to do this. Your reality. Oh, I should read his dialogue. Hang on. For untold millennia, the jailer patiently unfolded his plan to reach the heart of the Sepulcher. Now poised upon the precipice of final victory, the heroes of Azeroth must rally to prevent the jailer from dominating all reality. And his original thing said, for millennium, Zoval manipulated forces across the universe to place to place him in this position of power. As his final step, we must rally to fight a cosmic being who has never known defeat. Oh, Jesus Christ. Moving on. Get off my screen.
What is mine? Break. Die at my feet.
you right over here, like you do. Yep, getting imprisoned in the Maw was always part of his plan. From the very beginning.
The first ones is now mine to wield.
There's those pillars we just mentioned. I'm ready, Tara. Ready. Yeah, brilliant plan. I'm gonna get thrown into super hell. Wait, I know it. He's gonna get thrown into hell and then super hell.
My power.
Oh, hey. I just got the two-hand. Nice. No, Azeroth's health. Do you see it at the top of the screen? Azeroth has a health bar. Yes, that's right. Azeroth has a health bar. I don't even know what to say about that. Azeroth has a health bar. Now, imagine instead of Azeroth, it just says Warcraft. We must defeat him before he destroys Warcraft! Okay, who's ready for it? Who's ready for the big reveal we've been building up to this entire expansion? Here it comes! Here it comes!
This must not be.
You have betrayed your duty as Arbiter and shall be bound forevermore. Your madness has threatened the cycle of life and death entire.
You could have sought another way, brother. Imagine what we could have accomplished together.
Why, Zovar? What drove you to this end? You preserve that which is doomed. A cosmos divided will not survive. What is to come?
And that's it. By the way, the hole just closed. How do we get back? And he's gone. That's it. That's it. We have removed the jailer from the narrative. We did it! We did it! He's gone! Oh my god, I got a Silithid soul? Oh, sweet. A cosmos divided. He's a frickin' robot. Which I like. I actually like the fact that he's a robot. Did his mace dropped? Dude! Okay, so this is a lot of end bosses have like a unique weapon drop, which is usually you know, something they themselves use, like Garrosh had something like that too. Do you want it, Papanix? So I will pass on that if you want it. I do like that for that fist hand. Okay, I'll go and roll on it then. Just lie. Hey, what does that stupid thing do? Where's the gal? There it is. Battle the first Arbiter. Oh yeah, so this is actually a cool effect, legit. Obviously, it doesn't work anymore because it's old content. But remove your target's soul to receive its final judgment. Slaying this soul will send it to the afterlife it truly deserves, granting you a twisted boon for 60 seconds based on its destination. 4-minute cooldown. We did it. We got rid of the asshole. But then later on we'll reveal the jailer was right all along. It was the void. It was always the void. No. I can think of something even worse than that. It was the Horde and the Alliance. A universe divided is the HVA. No, we got a bunch of wrap-up stuff. We're not done. We're not done. It was the Burning Legion. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, Huthor. You remember? Look, his dick is literally gone. Look, it's literally gone. So, you remember how we talked about the only way they ever should bring the jailer back is in a comical manner? You know, to mock him. Oh my god, his nipples are gone too. Hear me out for a second, okay? We have a quest, and it's like, oh, we need to finally find out what the jailer was warning us about. It's like, let's do it! Let's do it. And so we scan his memories, and we do this big epic question, and it turns out that the jailer was really scared and worried about this guy named Sargeras. See, Sargeras was thinking about creating a crusade that might burn its way across the cosmos. And that was all his planning, all his everything, was just to stop the burning crusade. Hang on, I'm not in Discord, hang on. Or, I don't know, like something even lower tier, like something we've already dealt with is kind of the point there. What am I looking at? You've... Ah! That's all I will say to that, is Miristar. Thank you, Von Falkenstein. Oh, I got the gavel. Hang on. Phantom Brigade, Breath of Fire 4, and Anachronox. Okay. So, memes and jokes aside, that cutscene sucked. Like, that cutscene is grade A material schlock. And I'd like to think that the people making it knew that. That on some level they understood the dreck they were crafting there. It was boring, it was rushed, and it does the worst. It does the same damn thing the rest of Shadowlands and parts of BFA and Legion have also been doing, which was to be continued. Which you can make work if you have some kind of satisfying payoff, but instead all it was it turns out the jailer was always a good guy and trying to save us from some even bigger threat, which is bigger than him. And remind you, the whole expansion has been emphasizing how he's the bigger threat, but it turns out there's an even bigger threat. Christ! We're done. He is gone. Let's get the hell out of here. And I have rarely meant that quite as literally.
I have many lucky...
Let me empty my inventory just really quick. Oh, that's going to be irritating. Okay, let me just empty part of my inventory. See, now, yeah, sell the goddamn thing. Hate that warning.
This is gonna be untradeable. Are you sure? You only have 7,000 items to sell like this. Would you like to sell all 7,000? Are you sure? Are you sure, you sure? Listen, buddy.
May your feet find good...
Okay. Okay, I need to do a couple things. Real quick. I've got it, Blade Cheval. Okay, hear me out. It's this group of undead that are meant to scourge all life from the planet. No, that's too high scale. Who killed my bot? Oh wow, it was a while ago. Jesus. Oh, it's been dead for a while. There we go. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I? I'm actually turned around a bit. Is this where I want to go? Yes, where I want to go. The wily bot's like, the cosmos divided. Cannot survive Blade Turval's question. Is it possible for me to come up with a serious answer? No. And I'm saying that as thoroughly and unamusingly as I possibly can. The answer is no. There really is no big threat. I wasn't actually joking earlier. You have to understand, they already pulled that trick with the jailer. And it was already bad with him. Pulling it again is, like, exponentially worse. Only a goddamn moron would actually look at this and think, this is a great idea. Let's do an even biggier threat on top of this. And I keep saying it like that on purpose because I want to make it clear just how much disdain I have, whoever came up with that plot point. Now, excuse me. Let's go finish up the expansion. Yeah, we literally just were covering all realities, all of everything. All 6 fundaments of all of the multiversal existence. You kind of can't go above that. Where am I? Here, I think?
There is much.
Yep, here we go. Okay, so, our friends have returned from the Sepulcher with a familiar face. Anduin, what terrible things he has endured. But as difficult and painful it is, we must uncover what he knows. The jailer has blocked our way into the Sepulcher. No! And we risk falling victim to domination. No! We can't beat him. His dick, which is totally there. He's not a robot, we swear.
Fight for Azeroth.
Shut up.
Anduin, can you tell us anything about the domination that the jailer put in our way?
No. I don't know how to counteract it. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Rest. We will find a way.
Where's Sylvanas?
There is much to be done.
There's a shadow upon my mind, like a cold hand whose fingers curl ever so softly around your heart.
We will.
Ah! Oh, right. So, hey, the cutscene we literally just saw. I think so, Papanese.
We stand together.
The suffering he endured. This will be difficult to overcome. It'll take him 2 expansions to come to grips with it.
I fear darker days are to come.
Zoval has blocked our pursuit. We are to defeat him. We must find a way to withstand domination. But to overcome it, we need to understand how it works. The Primus created domination. Yeah, by the way, domination isn't even the jailer's thing. It's just... I asked Talia to bring us a piece of the Helm of Domination from Zereth Mortis. I dread to think of what might happen if I were to try to carry it again.
Zoval needed to dominate the Automa to enter the Sepulcher. Yet they did not succumb immediately. If we use the Helm of Domination, we may be able to discover the source of their resistance.
Should we use it? After all the devastation it's caused?
If we can find a way to resist domination, it is worth the risk.
I hope you like that one line from Talia there.
We will face...
Yeah, welcome to math. Yeah, by the way, Talia, who I remind you is like a level 5 warrior. Nobody, nothing. Has gone from casually walking into the afterlife. By the way, she came here. She was seeking her father. And now she's in Zereth Mortis. What? What? I don't like this as an option any more than Talia does, but we need to wield domination safely for her to find a way to overcome it. Our first step is to ensure the helm still works on us.
The chains of the past.
Oh, she's level 10! Yeah! He's got a couple of levels under her belt now.
The covenants must stand as one.
I created domination as a tool to punish Zavol. Yeah, by the way, Mr. Brilliant Smarty Pants, you created domination magic as part of throwing a guy into super hell. No. Really actually think about that for just a second. Process how little logic there is there. Like, okay, I'm going to toss you into the afterlife. Into the pit of the afterlife. Where you can't escape from. And I'm going to dominate you on top of that. Which obviously didn't work. And just gave him a... Like, I'm sorry. Obviously, the jailer took control of that and used it, blah, blah. But, like, why do this? Why... You already are throwing him in, and you wanted him to reform himself. You yourself say, I wanted you to reform yourself. So then why did you create a new form of magic that has nothing to do with his imprisonment or sentence, that has nothing to do with your aligned goals for him, just so he can eventually create it and use it on his... Like, was this your plan all along, the Primus? Is that what this is? Oh, God, that's actually giving me a headache. I'm going to give a separate negative for that, because that really does make absolutely no sense.
I can bear this pain again, for the good of the many.
Take the helm, champion. You have the best chance of using it without giving in yourself.
Darian, you will obey me.
Not yet. The power! Is this too much?
You know what would be really funny? And I mean really funny. This is the exact moment at which we suddenly become the villain. We reveal that this has all been our plan to get a hold of the helm. I don't think they will ever even touch on it, Captain Zeus. Just... Nobody would expect that. Just like, alright, I will take the helm.
Hold! I am myself again.
So, the helm retains its power. While fortunate for us, it remains disturbing.
Ah, the Maw Walker.
Even those who overcame domination are not entirely immune to it. There may be something buried in that history that can aid us. I will think on this. For now, go do stuff.
You must not falter.
The creatures of Zereth Mortis have existed here since well before I created domination. We've seen the effects that Zelval's forces have had on them, but I believe there's more to be learned. Use the helm on the citizens of Zereth Mortis. See if you can uncover anything about natural resistance.
Covenants must...
Do I have to?
Domination is akin to communication. A language, if you will. One so powerful that it interferes with a creature's very understanding of itself. This is why it is almost impossible to resist. If we can disrupt that interference long enough, we may find a way to thwart it.
So, anyways, Braegwyn, much more importantly, has bomb claws. You might say there's a clause in her. I'm gonna stop.
What news?
Since we have earned the trust of the Enlightened, I have learned more about their explorations in Zereth Mortis. They know more willing to tell, but often do not act on that knowledge. Perhaps what they observe, they could be a catalyst for action. In a secluded corner called the Lexical Glade, there's an elder named Eru. She might be able to give us insight on how we use the language of the first ones.
Much has been asked.
But hers or mine, Gamzus? So mine's not a set, and hers is the, looks like it's bits and pieces of a set, actually, but it's definitely the Harlequin set, for the most part. I recognize the hat, because I have that hat. Anyways, so, hey look, I just have the Helm of Domination. I mean, sorry, Huthor got a laugh at me. It's like, yep, and here comes the player character from the back with a steel chair! And it just shows the PC bringing it down on... I wish I could do 3D animation easily and or quickly. Because I would totally do a thing with just our character coming in behind the jailer with, like, a steel chair, and we just smack it down on Azeroth. Did that not work? I guess it did. Okay, whatever. Like, WoW models are actually pretty easy to rip and work with. That's not the issue. The issue is time. Yep. There's Sargeras who's like, I am Sargeras. And the jailer comes in like, yo, yeah? Boom! And as he's doing this, right, he's doing the milking thing. The player character comes in right behind him with a steel chair. Wham! And then grabs the camera. And now we're doing Dragonflight. Shadowlands, summarized. Oh. Sorry, I just... Oh no! PC comes in with the people's elbow! And then turns to the camera and just raises eyebrow. In the middle of the jailer's speech. In the middle, he's like, I will at long last come to eternity's end. And like in mid-sentence, you suddenly hear this jazz music, and now it's John Cena! Sorry, it's actually and his name is, but whatever, you get my point. Look, they have math snails, which I'm going to start calling math snails from now on.
Shall we converse?
The more advanced creatures resist for longer. Of course, I could have told you that. It's all about language.
Time again to rest.
What's this? You wish to know if there's anything here that can help you resist moss ward magic. You're in luck. I happen to know this place is a library, and libraries are wonderful places to find what you're looking for. Citation needed.
Until we meet once more.
This area is a repository of various texts. What do they say? Well, I have no idea. I have dedicated myself to the catalog and organization. This is more important than ever with invaders destroying the balance in Zereth Mortis. We must preserve what we have found so far. You can help. Go memorize the phrases, and then go down to the grotto.
Sometimes the language will change right in front of you. I think this adaptation may be what you seek. Meet me in the grotto when you're done. We can test this theory there.
Oh, hang on. Time to dominate Evo. Blong! You are not a bad artist. You are actually a great artist. Submit! Submit! You will be positive. Resistance is futile. Nice place.
It is a particularly beautiful day.
First, speak to me if I need to remember the phrases. I'll remind you. Then infuse the phrases into the librarian. Once they're infused, use the magic helm you're carrying and observe what happens. If all goes according to plan, the librarian should show you what you're looking for, which might require a violent reset. Clear as a star set on the plains of Eralatha, yes?
Happy adventuring.
The language of the first ones, I am now friendly, is not static like most others. It evolves. Creatures like the sentries are more advanced than your average poultry, obviously. Their more complex thought processes give them innate resistance to the advantage overriding magic. But you should not take my word for it. We can actually test this. In the grotto, there's a librarian. Take those phrases and infuse them into it. Then try out your helm.
Go on.
Infuse the librarian with the phrases you have obtained. Then try your helm on it. The results should be fascinating.
Submit! Suffer me now. I did actually answer already, Zeus. And the answer was no. No positives or negatives, really. We gave some visual storytelling negatives to Maldraxxus for reasons that are kind of unrelated to what you're talking about. But in terms of just visual, sprite work is what that is. No.
As you can see, the more advanced the language, the more resistant the creature.
Oh, you're fine, Zeus.
May you find what you seek.
See? It took far longer for Domination to overtake his native purposing. Of course, it did fail in the end, but I would call that a success for your particular interest. Don't worry, another automata will take that one's place. There must always be Thundercrash, the librarian.
Whatever happens, happens.
Did that answer your question? Oh, you want to wait to completely resist domination magic? I'm afraid I don't know. The first one's language will only delay the inevitable. But I can tell you, if you want to find more deliciously complex phrases, you should go to the Endless Sands and search the vaults. I'd go myself, but the place is overswung by Mossworm.
Might I go with you next time?
You just said you don't want to come with me. Seconds ago. Alright, I have flying, at least. I like how I just have a quest over there. Zoval defeated. I'll probably never do that quest on this character. And I'm probably okay with that.
Our enemy is relentless.
This elder has given us an important answer to the puzzle, but we must act on the information. Doing so will be difficult. First, we must infuse the helm with those indecipherable phrases from the first ones. But that will not be enough on its own. We need more. Let me prepare it while you acquire what we need. I'll send word for you after.
Do not forsake your duty.
The Primus' theory about the language of the first one has borne out. Still, it may not be enough. While the Primus finalizes his plans, let's go to the Endless Sand to find these pieces of power. Darian, Talia, and I will meet you there. Talia, I know you like boats and you have a hammer. I want you to come with me to a place that is so deprived of substance and essence that it's literally dissolving into non-reality.
Take the helm to the Endless Sands and infuse it with the language of the first ones.
Talia and I will join you. Be prepared, champion. That region is entrenched with powerful moss swarm.
Like, I'm sorry, am I the only one who sees how ludicrously dangerous this is to bring Talia here? Like, I like Talia. She was kind of in over her head dealing with a couple of pirates. We are currently in the math center of reality Several of the other people here have been here for millennia trying to unravel the secrets of this place. Anyways, whatever. Moving on. Hi, Talia.
There is much to be done.
Yeah, ironically, Talia would have fit Dragonflight perfectly. The enemy is formidable, but with the strength of our arms and the power of the Broken Helm, we may be able to even our odds. Though I admit I have an extra sense of caution with my daughter in the field. Then why did you bring her?
We all have our burdens to bear.
What we seek is in the vaults of the Endless Sands. To reach them will require strength and numbers. Go kill enemies.
The balance must be restored.
Elder Eru said we could find the complex language of the four first ones. Blah, 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 blah. Complex examples of the first one's language out here. We'll need to fight our way to the vaults and infuse the helm once we find those phrases. On a personal note, I never thought I'd have a chance to fight alongside my father. Though with stakes this high, I suppose I feel like I'm exactly in the place I'm supposed to be. Oh, Admiral Taylor is in Shadowlands Pillars just now.
Remember, you can use the Helm Shard against the Moorsworn if you need the extra strength.
How do you... Okay, I'm just gonna move past this. I'm just gonna give a negative for this because this is stupid. What do I call this?
Shackles and chains, the scryers will be sought. You shall be silenced.
Lower level, I believe. Pillars just now. On the outer edge, like if you circle around outside Orbos, he's there. I forget where exactly, but I found him already.
Your cosmos is forfeit.
That's silly. I haven't played Xenoblade in years. Sorry, that was actually Xenosaga. My bad. All the Xenos, they kind of blur for me. Also, I just realized something. I think we actually commented on this before, too. They're alright, Pillars of Stone. But... God damn it. Obviously, we've made several comparisons for how the Jailer is just, you know... We have Temu light version of Sargeras at home, but it's actually even worse than that. Because his plan is pretty much identical to frickin' Rathion's. Alright, I've got this idea. We have to fight against this big oncoming threat, but we're too divided to fight it. So I'm going to take over everything and unify it under me so we can go fight it. No, Captain Zeus. I mean, technically that was the pre-launch event, but no is the answer to your question. Oops. I did not mean to hit that button.
Face your doom!
Whoa! I actually died. Wow! I am shocked that they were able to kill me. Granted, I wasn't really paying much attention, but... Oh. So we'll do this the slow and boring way, then. Which is why I wasn't paying any attention, because this is slow and boring. Oh, time to scroll Twitter. Let's see here. Planet's on fire. Planet is now ash. Planet has been reformed from the ashes. Okay. The new planet is on fire. Okay, cool. Anyone ever heard of Terra Memoria? Because I don't remember what that game is off the top of my head. I like how they straight up call him the Jailer or the Banishment. You'd think those would be like names of shame, but no. He just holds on to that. These quests are really boring. I apologize. Also, it's kind of like the worst kind of thing for a game like this to go through. It's like, alright, you beat the game!
Here's one. This phrase really doesn't make any sense, does it? Well, just looking at it makes my head spin.
That feeling in your mind is the quality that makes domination less effective.
Yeah, we've already killed the Jailer. But, like, it feels weird to have defeated the Jailer, and it's like, alright, now go do more boring quests to prep for the fight against the Jailer. And it's like, oh. Okay. I guess.
When you were there, alone in Ice Crown, did you ever think of Mother and me?
Every day.
Yeah, like, I get the staggered release, but from a pure storytelling pacing perspective, this is awful. Go do part of a raid, leave the raid, then go do an
We'll have to break our way through.
entire quest chain, then go back and finish the raid.
Look out!
Who taught you how to wield a hammer?
Sir Crestfall of Kultiras. He was always there for me growing up. Someone I could look up to, in the flesh.
Yeah, it's almost like she's being like, hint, hint. He was there for me, unlike someone else I could mention. Hint, hint. So why does domination magic, like, debuff them? Don't even try to explain it. Ooh, Mr. Red, or rather, I'm not sure what to call her, because Mrs. Red implies things. I wasn't born yet, I'm sorry.
I will aid you as best I can.
Sister Red? That sounds religious. She is the Blood Priestess. Which would actually make sense for a sister of yours.
I fear
we've done it. The broken half of the helm is infused with the most advanced pieces of the first one's power that we can readily find. We are so close to success.
The Primus sent word. We are to meet in Bastion for a memory ritual.
Oh, goody.
So be it. Let us see what horrors we will have to relive.
I think I know what will be asked of us in Bastion, and it will not be easy. With this half of the helm, we have collected the first part of what is needed to resist domination. But there are those who would have also suffered from it, lived through it. In a way, it's marked us. All of us. There must be something in those experiences that'll help break free from Zaval's influence. And remember, this was all because the Primus invented it for no reason in a way that makes no sense and did nothing.
We will need to bring the remaining shards of the helm as well.
Also,
them to Bastion, Father.
God damn it. Also, while we're on the subject, the Primus, whose big shtick is being this super amazingly smart master strategist long-term planner, when he was building something called domination magic, didn't build in a backdoor or failsafe or, you know, anything to help resist that in case it ever got out of his control. You know, like a sane person would. I know, he's a robot. Explains everything. He's a robot. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All those orbs. The Zereth Mortis is filled with orbs that are all idiot balls, and they distribute across the multiverse to ensure that everyone, everywhere, is an idiot. Oh God. What if I was an idiot the entire time? I don't even know. I had no way of knowing. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I didn't listen. And inside every orb is an eel whispering dark thoughts. That's true. You've literally seen Horde Runner's entire life at this point. That's funny to think about. Everyone else obviously existed before the game started, but Horde Runner is actually kind of an exception there. Yes, I think, Mr. Red. Oh, that sucks, Papa Nix. I am sorry. Yeah, the Primus was behind everything, and then, like, he had buyer's remorse. Like, literally, he was like, wait, I was really drunk this one night, and I accidentally banished the jailer and invented domination magic when I was hungover. Shoot. Ah, well, I'm sure that won't come back to bite us in the ass. And then when it does, he's like, oh, he got out somehow. I don't know what happened, but it's okay, I'll fix this. Oh, God. What did I do?
These mirrors will focus your memories to draw out the ones that we need.
This is a perilous undertaking, Kyrian. Domination magic is not easy to overcome.
We must harness what is within us. There is no other choice.
His dick is too big otherwise.
It must be done. I am willing to bear any suffering, so long as it will help.
Never give in.
We will not allow darkness to triumph.
There's a shadow on my mind, like a cold hand whose fingers curl ever so softly around your heart.
The light is with us, even here.
The balance must be restored.
You know, good, you've arrived. We have assembled those who have suffered from domination in the past, some more recently than others. All have come through it, not always intact, but we're still standing, and that's what we must capture.
We all have our burdens to bear.
Well, the language of the progenitors will aid us. There's another trait that will help. Willpower! That's right, just raise your wisdom score, guys. Come on! Those of us who have endured before and survived have that inherent resistance, which we will offer up to be infused within the shards. The Primus has assured me this will work. Yeah, he's been so right about so many things so far.
Ready the shard.
Okay.
Burning.
Firebound memories. Yep. Thanks, Alex Strasser.
You have faced worse, Father. You can resist it once again.
How would you know? No offense.
I knew you could do it.
I will go next.
I mean, that does gotta suck, if you think about it. He remembers being burned alive and surviving the experience. That's not fun.
I must endure for the legacy of Mograine.
Bloodbound memory. I'm not sure which his memory is of specifically. Probably his dad, though.
It is done.
So far we have fire and blood. Oh.
Fight for Azeroth.
I feel lighter, but I cannot forget what has brought me here, and what must still be done. I hope Talia will remember what she saw, the man I am now. Not some lone figure locked away, but someone who does what is necessary for the good of all.
Let me go next.
Anduin? Okay.
Honor those we have lost.
I wish I knew this place sooner, where terrible darkness could be purged from oneself and memories examined and expunged. Ho ho, Anduin. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to defeat Zoval, and no matter the cost, this is the only way.
I pray some good can come from all of this.
What is this? It's too much!
These are all maw-bound memories.
I cannot.
Anduin, we cannot put him through this again.
I see your struggle, young lion. Allow me to offer perspective. I don't remember the exact moment I wrested control. I do remember the rush of freedom, the clarity of purpose. When I loosed my arrow, I sought to become his judge and his executioner. I thought that if I could punish him for his crimes, I would be absolved of mine. Forgiven for the atrocities he forced me to commit against my own people. But there would be no justice that day for anyone. That is yet to come.
Interestingly, did you notice she didn't even need to use a Kyrian mirror? And yeah, it's not even talking about the fact that she was allied with Kel'Thuzad. Let's just ignore that. We've talked about that. Kel'Thuzad was dumb in this expansion. Moving on.
We fight for Azeroth and the Shadowlands.
I understand now. All of us that were touched by domination were able to tap into something. Nobility or vengeance, it gave the strength to resist. With all that I have faced, I have to remember that I am still here. And if there are those willing to stand with Sylvanas, I have to believe they'll stand with me as well. I'm ready to try again. This time I will overcome whatever I face.
I will try again.
I'm sorry, Anduin.
Search for the light within you, Anduin.
You are strong enough.
It's actually kind of funny in its own right. I mean no disrespect, but Anduin has probably been through it the least bad of all the people here who were affected by domination magic. However, I mean that in like a neutral sense, in like a mathematical sense. If you were to break down the amount of suffering he suffered, it was like 15 suffering. Whereas like, you know, Darien over there was like a 20, and Bolvar was like a 50, and Sylvanas is like 130. But Anduin's still kind of a kid, you know? He has been through some interesting things in his life, and none of them have been good. He's been through the ringer already. Yeah, Anduin, I think, hasn't even approached 18 or 20, excuse me, at this point in his life. Can you really picture going through what he went through when you were like 19?
There. I have done all I can.
You did well, Anduin.
This is not the end of your suffering, but it is a step forward.
Interesting combos, by the way. Fire, blood, light, and shadow. Think about that for a second. That's an interesting quartet.
The chains of the past still bind us.
And the shards are now infused with the resistance we gained from our experiences with domination. It was not easy for any of us, but I am proud of what we were able to accomplish together. As for the rest, our future's in the hands of the Primus. We have all the pieces we need. The broken half of the helm has been augmented with the complexity of the language of the first ones and the shards that bear our memories. Our will to resist domination. All that remains is for the Primus to reforge the helm, and we will be able to draw upon our combined powers ourselves. I know it is dangerous, but it is our only hope.
Once more, into the maw.
Let us be done with this.
Probably not today, honestly. We'll get there. Looks like nothing changes if you're a Death Knight. Just don't see anything different. Oh, right. Would make sense, though.
Speak, mortal.
Oh, appropriate. The place I was imprisoned will be the same setting in which we free ourselves.
Together we will claim victory.
When I created domination, I did not foresee how much pain it would cause, even though my entire shtick is being foresighted. McDonald's? I mean, it's generic, templated food, I think is the way I'm going to use it. It is time we take this helm, the symbol of that magic, and reforge it anew. But not for the same purpose it once had. Let it represent the strength of will that you and your kind possess, so it may help us overcome and defeat Zoval at last.
It is time to remake what has been broken.
Hey, this looks familiar.
What is to stop this new helm from being used to enslave others? It is to become something greater. An instrument of free will.
Which,
Never again will a Lich King reign in Icecrown.
Which is funny, because the Lich King was willing people to have free will for a long time there, but let's ignore that for the second. Third Lich King, but still. You know, that guy right there. You're welcome, Sylvanas. Well, yeah, you all know what the Helm of Domination looks like. It's the Lich King's iconic helmet. So let's see what the new helmet looks like, shall we?
Imbued with the strength of those who defied domination. That which sought to bind us will be made anew. Behold, the crown of wills.
So this, I swear, is unrelated. But my sister got me a present for Christmas. Now, it was intended to be something I wear on stream. She didn't know we were about to do this quest. In fact, she'd never seen this quest. She'd never done Shadowlands. But, given the moment... I think it's appropriate. And just to show it off a little bit more. A little bit off center. There we go. Okay, now here's the really sad part. This looks better than that.
With this reforging, our wills are our own.
For the future.
For the Shadowlands.
For Azeroth.
This will be the end of Zoval.
After I gave him power, because I did that as a reminder.
We all have a duty to fulfill.
I will keep the crown close until it is needed again. Focus your efforts on Zoval's defeat.
We will finish this.
Yep, it's time to defeat the Jailer. Yeah, canonically, the stupid helmet is the key to our victory, by the way. Yeah, by the way, once again, the Ouroboros motif could have been a thing here.
The minions of the jailer forge a vile monstrosity within.
Now, this right here is the perfect thing for the maw. Sailing through the maw on a ruby butterfly. Hello, I am a butterfly. Tra-la-la. Yep, Lich King's gown. No, don't do it, Morgan. What's really funny, for those of you who don't know, where yesterday was our Christmas. I really did get this yesterday. The timing. I think I am going to give that a negative. It's supposed to be this big moment, and it's just kind of ruined, you know? I was actually debating, because I don't want to be mean. I don't want to punch down on Shadowlands. I don't need to come up with an excuse to give a negative to Shadowlands. But I do really think that kind of ruins the moment of seeing that stupid Burger King crown, you know?
How can I help? Farewell, friend. There is so much I want to ask you. I don't know where to start. When you grow up believing your father is a dead hero, everything is much more neat and tidy. When you learn he's quite alive, it's different.
The man I was did die that day. The dragon's fire sealed my purpose.
But couldn't you at least have let me know you were still there? Under that helm all that time?
Would you have journeyed to Ice Crown if you knew?
Yes, of course. I would have gone anywhere for you.
Which is why you could not know. I had to make that sacrifice to keep you and the rest of the world safe from that place, from that power.
But it wasn't just you who made that sacrifice. It was the rest of us, too. Everyone who loved you.
I know. And for the pain it caused you, I will always feel sorrow. I pray that one day you can forgive me for it. We will face whatever comes.
There's more work yet to be done in Zereth Mortis before Zaval's influence will be expunged from the Shadowlands.
The chains of the past still bind us. I will aid you as best I can.
Share your words of wisdom.
Okay.
I believe in you. I will meet you there. Please, hurry!
Okay. Best Jedi? Light side Sith warrior. No, I'm kidding. Gosh, what's a Jedi character actually like? I'm gonna go Luke, frankly. I was reminded recently of how good of a character he was back in the day.
I have not encountered this sort of phenomenon before. It must have a deeper meaning.
Mawwalker, Wait. What is happening to Pokepoke?
I'm so close. Pokopok is reacting to the Oracle. I must understand the nature of this connection. The wonders of Zereth Mortis
Sorry, wrong button.
You can never research too much.
Started gradually, the energy emanating from the Oracle in increasing amounts until the grand design you see before you took shape. The terrible clamor ringing in our ears began shortly afterwards. You have ears? My attempt at approaching the fractals have been unsuccessful, but they appear to resonate with Pokopok.
Leave me to my thoughts.
Okay.
You absorb the energy? Can you describe its effects? Quickly, examine the rest.
I love how we have a debuff called Struggling to Understand What's Happening. Titanic, Draconic, Demonic, Shathyar. Oh god.
Vesa.
Interesting languages and the order in which they use them.
The sands. The song seeks a voice. Ascend. Reclaim. Restore. Wallow, hollow, no, follow. The mortal shall follow. The vessel in peril, make haste.
What?
You can never research too much.
Ah, the Oracle communicates with us. You saw it too. Such magnificence. Such a migraine.
The glories of the first ones will be revealed.
I say, I'm an earthen dude. The voice from the vision speaks through the Pokopok, albeit distant and distorted. I am Caesura, Oracle. This Atama speaks with my voice, acts with my will, for now. The pattern is torn, disrupted. Mending must be done. A great hunger swarms the sands. What it seeks must not be consumed. Journey with me. Follow my voice.
The Oracle? She is speaking through Pokopok?
Dormant. Seeks a voice. Ascend.
Fareem? Fareem.
Go on, Mawwalker. I had best remain with Fareem while he recovers from the vision.
You know, that's a good point about Uvalda. You can never research too much. Citation needed. I've played Resident Evil. What are you doing?
Destruction, defilement, the pattern in fractals.
Why are the Devourers attacking us?
They consume power, but not understanding.
Where are you going?
Atop the spires, the vessel awaits. An absence keenly felt, a vacuum that brings collapse.
As it happens, I don't know who that is, Bergman. So I don't know Fred Flintstone. Never heard of them. Hey look, there's a quest called Borrowed Power. Okay, game. The land provides, the land thirsts. Invaders devour what we require. Reclaim what has been consumed. Absorb what remains abundant. Wings need wind to fly. We need power to ascend. Once they had purpose, made for balance. Yeah, so this is pretty much the only inference we ever get of what exactly is going on with the Devourers. Once they had a purpose, made for balance, but now they are shifted, altered, and disharmonious. They rend the pattern. It cannot continue. Elimination is the only recourse. Oh yeah, Dragonflight launch was well into development. Like, probably in the polishing phase by the time this patch came out. So yeah, this is wrapping up. And you can kind of tell. It's okay. After the first ones, we're going to find out about the first-year ones. Before the first-year ones are going to be the first-year ones. They're very thirsty. For some reason. And there's going to be the zeroth ones, then the -1 ones. I don't really remember doing this quest. I had to have, because I am on a step past it. But I don't really remember this. Yeah, then there's the divided by 0 ones. Remember, tomorrow's first shift isn't happening because of the maintenance. Yeah, then there's the square root of -1 ones. You gotta say it like that, too. Then there's the infinite ones. Don't worry, they're just the first of that group. Because after that is the infinite plus 1 ones, the infinite plus 2 ones, then the infinite plus infinite ones, and the infinite plus 1 ones. It's okay, I was really hoping to finish this expansion today. I can't be mad, I had a really good, if extremely painful day yesterday. The repeating of course ones. There's the I have done the math ones. Nobody in chat's gonna get that one. I am missing like 1. There we go. Boop. Let's get out of here because he's actually hurt. I'm old, Czar. I did a lot of... so Saturday evening, I stayed up till 3 in the morning getting ready for Christmas. Just wrapping, setting things into place, cleaning, prepping the ovens and the resources for cooking the next day. Just basically getting everything... You know how it is, right? You do a party, there's actually a lot of prep work for one of those. You know, everyone in chat, we've never done any of that before. There's a lot of work involved. There's a lot of prep work, at least if you want to have a good party. So that was that thing. Then I had to get up pretty early the next day. And, well, I was going to help out. I ended up just playing with the kids for several hours. And while they're amazing and awesome, and I love my nieces very, very much, they have a little bit more energy than me. So then I had to lay down for a bit. Ugh. And that was all before we even started. The ciphers are the key, each one a step on the path. You must find them all. Enter the inner chamber. The prime locus arrangement awaits. The first step towards ascension, towards the vessel. That is true, Wenlock. I can't argue that. I am very large for some reason. I also have 4 stacks of cosmic instability. I was just born like 2 weeks ago. Can I, like, not become an eldritch abomination?
Upon the wall, the first cipher awaits. Follow the automa.
Okay. So it's actually a really banal answer, Huthor. See, we're all adults, and we have time and scheduling issues. So the first time all of us could get together at the same time to celebrate Christmas was yesterday. It was actually supposed to be last weekend, but everyone was sick last weekend.
For every locus, a cipher. Find the ciphers. Reveal the path.
Okay. Interesting.
Each cipher unveils a new horizon. Obtain, unlock, explore.
Burning all my cosmic energy here. Hey, random. Thank you as always.
Debris obscures the path. Clear every impediment.
So do you mean that like literally, or in stars and time? Xenoblade 3, Mother 3. Always appreciate you, random. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well.
An automa restored. A purpose provided. It will serve.
Eat poop. Pro tip, if you ever want to know if they've actually bothered to fully map out animations for a rigging, jump. If there's a jump animation, they have. If there isn't, they haven't. I used to do that back in the day to try and predict which new races would be added. Yeah, they're not in the office anymore. Ironically, that's more or less literal, because by this point in time, a lot of these people were actually working from home. Correct, Village of Snow. By contrast, ogres do. Yeah, a lot of Blizzard was starting to get overhauled at this point in time. People changing positions, people not working there anymore. Stuff like that. Yeah, how's that for an irony? Blizzard was rebooted as a company during the expansion about the afterlife. Can't even plan something like that. In a rock and a rock. Our sojourn continues. I love how there's just chains sticking out into nothing out there, by the way. Just gonna skip this fight because I'm in a bit of a hurry here. Naturally, the quest is designed to waste my time. I was actually wondering if it would give me enough cosmic energy to just do the whole hop in one go, but it looks like the answer to that is a fairly firm no. I do like how they put Devourers at each step, just in case you run out at a particular step, though. Something. Yeah, Twitch has been more twitchy than usual lately, I noticed. You'd think they'd take some of that, oh no, we need to compete better energy and turn that into fixing the frickin' infrastructure, but we all know that people are allergic to infrastructure. It's boring. Nobody likes boring stuff. I do too, as it happens, Ignis. But I am a very boring person, so that makes sense. I do like badass infrastructure, that's true. Basically, whatever the Shadowlands was doing, we need to do, like, the opposite of that. Hello? Who or what is this thing? Not who not, please. I don't care. How you... Oh my god, and now I'm stuck in eternal combat. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. How high up are we at this point? Also, I want everyone to look at my screen for just a second. Look at my quest log. It's that thing on the right, over on the right side of the screen. Look at how many steps are in this quest. Like, really look at that for a second. That is a hell of a quest. Look at that thing. It's still going, by the way, in case you missed that. Don't worry, I think the next one's the last one. Still, yikes. In fact, this is a good time as any to link something, if you will forgive me. Hang on, where is it? Give me a sec, give me a sec. Here it is. I want you to do me a favor. Anybody who cares, read that comic, but especially read all of the quest steps on the last panel. You like not, please? Okay, I should mention that exact comic, that panel, came out during Shadowlands. Wait, what? Ah, there we go. The last leg of the journey begins. Finally! 3 locks upon the door, 3 keys atop the zenith. Find the phrases, speak the words, and secure the vessel.
A door with 3 keys. They hide among the spires.
You can't find them, even though they're literally shown on the minimap. Exactly! Pillars of Snow. Exactly. It's okay, we cure them after we blind them. So hey, check it out. It's Zoval, or rather, one of the empty vessels of which we saw and fought several.
An empty vessel, an absent role. Both must be filled once more.
You got the vessel! One journey ends, another begins. Great power entices great hunger. The insatiable Devourers scale the cliffs in search of sustenance. Soon they will swarm the plateau. They seek to consume all they encounter. The vessel, its power, us. This must not come to pass. Wield this Atama and silence their slavering howls. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, this is not what I was expecting out of this. Here for it. I was wondering which room he got stuck in, Bragwin. I do find it interesting there's a lot of these here, specifically to, you know, prevent people from getting stuck doing this when there's groups here. No, I know, I caught that, Brigman. It's just, when you mentioned it, when you first got here and you were talking about being stuck, I was wondering where that was. No! Pokebok! I will destroy you. It's like a dog, Bregwin. It can tell that you're like that you don't like it, and so it's trying to fix it, but it does so in the worst possible way. Yeah, honestly, Luthor, that's a good question. But whatever, here we are. Why are these not... There we go. Game? Game. And it just keeps going away for some reason. This is actually murdering me, by the way. Wow. Like, I am a tank who is level 67. These are level 60 mobs, and this hurts. What in the world? Getting any energy from this at this point? It's bugged. Did I find a break bug? A bug win? No, that sounds insulting to break one.
Energy expended, now restored.
Break bug, maybe?
Wind rises beneath wings of hope. We soar.
Hi. Sanctuary for now. A greater task remains. The vessel snatched from peril. This Automa, a steadfast servant. Its energy, the key to my restoration. Pokepok, it calls itself. A name that shall return to it. My name shall be mine again. Swazura among the last of the oracles. Guide to those who would save Zereth Mortis. Bring Pokepok. Its time as a proxy has ended. The time of my awakening has arrived.
Water from the sands, renewal from ruin. I am restored.
The Oracle!
You who have watched over me, you who have aided me, more is needed.
We will do everything we can to help. You have my word.
Dormant no longer. The pattern aligns, but more must be done.
A vessel of judgment is required. The missing fractal must be replaced. The geometry made whole.
A vessel of judgment? Do you mean the Arbiter? But how?
All that is eternal was forged in Zereth Mortis. Archon, Primus, Winter Queen, Sire, and Arbiter. The vessel is destined to replace that which was lost. But first, the vessel must be filled. Preparations are required. Patience, perseverance. When the hour is at hand, my song will echo once more.
Probably, Mr. Red. So, yeah. To be very clear, as much as we could debate the Eternal Ones and their robot nature, I think Ceswera there just made it very, very clear. All that is eternal, capital E, was forged in Zereth Mortis. Archon, Primus, Queen, Sire, Arbiter. Yeah, no, they're built. Moving on.
Greetings, my friend.
I don't know what to say. I didn't expect this. She speaks of preparations on a new Arbiter. We must tell our friends in Haven.
If at first you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again.
Just making the point, Mr. Red. It's okay, none of this is canon anyways. Who? Thor? Who? Yeah, why is he in this expansion again? Is he in this expansion?
There is much to be done. If a new Arbiter is to arise, then there may yet be hope for the Shadowlands. Keep me apprised, Mawwalker.
And come back in several weeks. Or a week? I forget how long the real-life timeline for this was. But, okay, time passed, and we're back. Whoop. Wall. Okay, a week. There you go. It's been a week.
You're certain that this is possible?
This land is possibility.
You know, that's actually a good question. Is Shadowlands worse than Warcraft 1? Just on the story axis? Now, truthfully, I can't answer that. I haven't reviewed Warcraft 1 yet. But I look forward to finding that answer out someday.
The mysteries of this land await.
Without an Arbiter, the very purpose of the Shadowlands has been compromised. Souls flood the maw with no direction. Yeah, but that's never stopped. Like, we beat the jailer, everything's gone, they're still just pouring into the maw right now. As Ceswera noted, Zereth Mortis would ordinarily craft a new being to take the Arbiter's place. I suspect the jailer's forces have disrupted the land to the point where that's no longer possible. It's time to take action ourselves and bring stability again to the Shadowlands. We'll see where we need to begin.
A new Arbiter? To think I will observe something of this magnitude.
A symphony of creation needs voices joined in chorus. One we possess, the other we do not. The vessel seeks a soul, one that slumbers in the crypts of the eternal. Only with both will the Arbiter sing again.
The crypts of the Eternal? But that area is overrun by Mossworn. How are we to get past them on our own?
We are not alone, Pelagos. Surely the Covenants will aid us toward the creation of a new Arbiter. Whatever the challenge, we shall rise to it.
Oh, we have to go talk to the Covenants for help. What do you want to bet originally this is supposed to be going to your Covenant?
I will rally the Kyrian. You and Pelagos speak to the other Covenants, and see if Farim can enlist the Enlightened.
I will glean their secrets. I doubt my compatriots in heaven would dare tread on such hallowed ground. But fear not. I, as always, have an idea. Kabato, we have need of your assistance. Kabato? Perhaps you can awaken it, mortal.
Wake up, Kabato. Get all that moss off you. Ugh.
There you are. Meet us near the Eternal Cliffs, Kabato. It is time to fight back against the Morswan.
Can't we just... I don't even care. So, from memory, what's my opinion of Warcraft 1's story? So the problem is Warcraft 1, by memory, barely has a story. Or it might be more accurate to say...
A new Arbiter. A chance to restore balance to the Shadowlands.
To say that it barely has a plot. There's actually a decent amount of flavor and lore in Warcraft 1, even all the way back in Warcraft 1.
Could there
demons,
be
the mages, and Pelagos interrupting me. God damn it, Pelagos. But yeah, the actual plot is the orcs are invading the humans. The humans are fighting back against the orcs. That's really it. There's like a barely twist where like you end up taking over the orcs by replacing Blackhand. And for the humans, you have to go after Medivh in his tower, and I think that's kind of it. Oh my god, that's a good question, Uthor. I can't even at this point. I like the idea that the jailer's like, okay, I'm going to wait for them because I want them to see my big moment. I gotta practice my speech. Okay. Behold, eternities blend. Wait, no! Damn it! Okay, hang on. Give me a minute. Okay. Just relax, Soval. You got this. Just be cool.
Take me with you. Revendreth stands beside you, Mormon.
And then he dies.
To battle! Let us hope your plan works. Revendreth needs anima, and for that, we need souls that deserve redemption.
Thanks for the pointless recap. Also, I'm sorry. Is this our 6th gathering the Covenants together moment? 6th.
Nadia has a point. But if you ask me, well, I think every soul deserves redemption.
What? Now I need to go straight to the ball. Just right in. Poof. Done.
I serve the cycle. The might of Ardenweald is yours, Mawwalker. We have always watched over the great cycle. I hope that this new Arbiter will do the same.
Suddenly, Ardwield music, very belated there.
To watch over the great cycle. The Arbiter's decisions affect more than just souls, but the Shadowlands entire.
Yeah. So, also, can I just say, really quick, Blade Taval asked if it's super hell right now. Actually, no. None of the mechanisms of the Maw should be operating right now, hypothetically. Unless there's some, automated systems going. So hypothetically, the Maw is just, they show up and they're like, where are we? And they're just there. They're just in the Maw. Fun fact, there is actually a cutscene in this game. I hope it's still in the game. That actually shows what the Maw is like post-Jailer. And it really is. It's just a big, empty place. It's the bin at the bottom of the afterlife.
My blades are at your command. Soldiers, you heard the Mawwalker.
we march on the endless sands. Let's see if this new Arbiter proves strong enough for the task ahead.
Mevix is right. The Arbiter must have the strength and resolve to do what must be done.
Okay, so time for the final Covenant battle. Let's do this.
If there is anything I can do for you, please let me know.
Maldraxxus honors you.
Okay. Go kill names. Okay.
We follow the will of... You and Emily eliminate those oracles. We will prepare for the assault.
The path is revealed to you.
Giants litter these sands, but I believe we can revitalize them. The smaller automa that are hiding in the desert can be utilized here. Use my motivator to rally enough and then gather their energy to him.
The behemoths you see before you.
The song is incomplete. Harmony is needed to seek those who scry. Send them to serve the cycle. Mossworn hold the keys that bind. Take the keys and set them free. Looks like Trade War's back on the menu, boys.
With enough Atoma, we can vanquish the Mossworn.
Another minion for the Banished One.
Like, what kind of person do you have to be to take pride in being called the Banished One? Alright, all of my minions who have no free will whatsoever, I want you all to call me the Banished One, okay? Oh, okay, sir, but why? Because that's what they call me. Who's they? Well, the people who talk about me up top. Sir, I hate to tell you this, nobody's ever heard of you. Like, you're so far gone that most people don't remember you exist. What? Like, they don't remember the Banished One? The cool, super evil bad guy who's behind everything? No, not really. But I'm the bad guy of the whole franchise. Uh-huh. Whatever you say, sir. I've been to space. Sure thing. Whatever. Yeah, you've been the Forgotten One, sir. Oh, that doesn't sound cool at all. I need something much cooler. I've got it. I will call myself the Jailer. By the way, as a fresh reminder, he came up with that name for himself. So... Speaking of how inconsistent the Archon's names are, you ever think about that for a second? We have the Winter Queen, okay, the Archon, the Primus, and then there's Denathrius and Zoval. What? Like, I know there's not a lot of consistency in the first one's, you know, methods of naming things, but, like, really? Yeah, the Jailer actually does fit better. That just leaves Denathrius as the weird one.
Excellent. This plan will almost certainly succeed.
Oh, that's true. He could just be the Sire, and he added Denathrius onto it. Who are you? I am the Shire.
You shall be silenced. Your cosmos is forfeit. I fall to dissonance.
See, now I'm trying to think of what the jailers of all would call himself, right? Who are you? I am... I mean, the truth is actually a pretty good pick. Because no one believes him.
Reshape.
You might even say that his blind eyes see what others cannot. Sometimes the hand of fate must be forced. Look, I have to joke about this. It's all I got. It's all that's left. Everything else has been burned away by the maw. Who are you? I am the Dominator. I love it. He totally would, too. What? It's a really cool bad guy name. It's kind of my shtick, you know? Like, it fits.
Freed. A symphony in stasis. Their moment will soon arrive.
Well done.
What do you seek?
This is it! The forces you have assembled will be enough to break through the Mossworn and reach the crypts. Getting inside will require more effort. The Mossworn have barricaded the entrance. Kabato will carry you to battle.
They'll climb onto Kabato and ride into battle. The other Atoma will begin their assault.
Yeah, you thought I was kidding. This really is the 6th final battle with the Covenants. Why do they have so many of these?
Yes! It is time to strike back at the Morsworn.
Oh, I guess I have to kill these things. I guess. I will admit I don't have that particular problem, Mr. Red. Or rather, I actually have that exact same problem for a completely different reason. I agree that having domination magic was kind of a thing that they probably shouldn't have actually done. Don't mistake me, the chains motif is actually kind of cool. I'm with that. But like, just make it death magic. You know? What's your power? I am powered by death.
Push for the crypts! Trample the Mossworn!
Dude was literally the Arbiter of death, right? I think he could just have death magic. In China, it's happy go fun time magic. Yeah, exactly, Bregwin.
Now is our chance. Kabato can destroy the barrier at the entrance to the crypts.
And honestly, there's already a metaphorical connection between being chained and what the Lich King always has been, right? I mean, that's what makes the Lich King such a terrifying type of necromancer, is the sheer level and severity of control they, I should say, multiple of them, have always had over the undead, right? So, that's already there. You don't need to add a special word for it. You don't need to make some kind of thing that was invented by an ally for no reason. I'm never gonna let that go. That's not true. I'll let it go as soon as we finish the Shadowlands, which is assuredly not today. I'm pretty sure I hear them walking around up there getting ready for dinner right now. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Let me get through this quest. Or every quest after this. I just want to get out of Shadowlands. I'm sick to death of being in Shadowlands.
Go! We will hold the line while you explore the crypts.
God, it kinda is. That's a good point.
You are interrupting my research. Leave me to my thoughts.
Creation calls, can you hear it? The darkness lingers below, taints the ancient melody. To forge a new peace must be restored. The walker must walk and protect. There's much to be done. Lead the way.
You will manage the set.
The epilogue isn't super long. The main thing I'm concerned about is the 2 steps that I'm not even sure I've done, which is the Blood Elf quests and the Reclamation of Lordaeron. And I know I haven't done all the epilogue because, again, I'm still on that step.
Distort. The crypts defile.
Oh my god, there's Nothrazim in here. God damn it.
Howls of wrath and agony. Where once first breath was drawn, now only pain endures.
Essences of ancient souls tampered with. They bleed from each room. The halls must be restored, the flow of souls redirected. The spheres hold the key. Seal the breaches, restore the flow, then the vessel will be filled. I have done this. I know I have, because I have a quest after this, but I do not remember this stuff. Oh. No, I do remember this room. I remember this room right here. Okay. Darkness spreads dissonance throughout these halls. Mossworn drain life from the air and give only suffering in return. This must not be. If the song is to be restored, silence is needed. The Mossworn must be destroyed. Yeah, I do remember this, actually.
Align the spheres. Only then can harmony be restored.
Yeah, we'll see what I think of this time around. I remember my rather visceral reaction to this last time, but that was a different time, and we're reviewing now, so we'll see.
Those must be the spheres. Try pushing them into place.
I mean, that'd be about right, wouldn't it, Hoover? Timeline-wise. Alright, get your guesses in right now. You think the upcoming cutscene is going to be a positive or a negative? I'm really not sure, so I'm asking kind of legitimately, you know.
He will be...
I wonder why these souls were not sent to an afterlife. How was their fate decided?
You are too late!
Yeah. So, yeah, in case you caught that, there's a lot of souls in here that are not actually sent to the afterlife. But what souls are these?
We have been waiting for you. You are too late.
Random question while we're doing this. How many people in the office, in the writer's room, specifically were like, legitimately tempted to just be like, hey guys, you want to do It's All Just a Dream? No, seriously, like, we wake up and it's like, oh, what happened? It's like, oh, Sylvanas broke the helmet and died. You've been knocked out unconscious for several weeks. We were really starting to worry about you. That's a good question, Mr. Red. Because, like, as a writer, there's something tempting about just completely pulling the plug like that. Just being like, no, we're just walking away from this. Like, I don't want to deal with this nonsense.
He will be made anew. You are too late.
I mean, pretty much, Maverick. One of the only time skips in WoW history is right after Shadowlands. Tell me that's a coincidence.
That is the last of them. I hope this works.
A breath-held anticipation. Soon the soul will merge and the song of creation will begin. The golden hour of silence, a space for creation to begin. Spheres are in place, a melody builds. Bring this chorus of scryers that our cycle of rebirth may begin again.
The hour approaches. Summon the scryers.
Yep, these are all my memories before I put them on a shelf. You know what? I don't actually need these. You have them.
Are we worthy of such? We shall soon witness the purpose of these sacred halls. I can scarcely believe it.
So, in the interest of helping to explain what the hell's about to happen, I want you to remember that, supposedly...
has come. The halls have healed. A new Arbiter waits in the wings.
Supposedly, Eternal Ones are bigger than Titans, or at least Titan level, right? Just keep that in the back of your mind. It is time. The song shall bring life anew. Tell me when you're ready to begin. I am ready to begin.
The chorus assembles. The vessel awaits. Your voice must join them.
Long have we awaited this moment. The Banished One's gambit made manifest. A world soul twisted by...
Something is interfering with the ritual.
Why are we just letting this Nothrazim hang out over here?
Shall take this vessel. Argus will be eternal.
So... anyways... I can't even. I'm actually running out of ways to explain how stupid this is. It's just... what? So yeah, this was all part of the Jailer's plan. Not Devourers', by the way. He specifically says this was the Banished One's gambit made manifest. Kill off Argus, a Titan.
Argus draws energy from that soul conduit. Mawwalker, you must destroy it.
Okay. So that he would die, come here, we would go ahead and, you know, try to restore him into this frickin' vessel. And then it would be corrupted and evil and... God, I'm having trouble even just vocalizing it. The best part, they're so vague about it, there's actually several possible interpretations for what exactly the big evil plan is here. Was it always supposed to be Argus? Or was like... so, like, were they going to put Argus in the vessel, and then, you know, it was corrupted at the last second? Or was it supposed to be something else, but instead, they shoved Argus in, and Argus is evil? And here's another question. Why do they care? How does this benefit the Jailer's plan to remake all reality? He's already off in the Sepulcher. What is the benefit of this? What is the point and purpose of this action to accomplish anything? Also, they talk about this as if this is upgrading Argus. Titan to, you know, being an Eternal. Which, I've already given my thoughts on that. Anyways, negatives everywhere. Moving on. I will admit, this is a good way to get some of the spectacle of the Argus fight to people who didn't actually fight him back in the day. Because the Argus fight, the real Argus fight, was very legit. It was an incredible fight. Still one of the best ones WoW has ever done, I think. Probably not the best one, but like top 10, top 20 range, you know? Sorry, I was just rereading the dialogue that the... By the way, the random Nothrazim who did all this doesn't even have a name. They're called Darkseer Corruptor. They are a generic enemy NPC. But yeah, long have we awaited this moment. The Jailer's Gambit made manifest. A world soul twisted by death, that's Argus. A maul with which to crush the Arbiter, that was what started the Flood. one of the two things that started the drought. Not flood, drought, sorry. And now it shall take this vessel. Argus will now be eternal. Why? What's the benefit of that?
Is it over?
The song ends silent.
Warwalker, what happened?
Where the hell have you been? Dissonance lingers. A pure tone is needed. Reset the cycle anew. A pause devoid of breath. A melody lingers on. The cycle awaits a voice. You're unsure what Cesra means. Maybe we should try to set up the ritual again.
The melody fades, a plaintive refrain. The cycle awaits a voice.
Oh yeah, also evil laughter.
What is she talking about? We don't need riddles. We need answers.
What's our next plan, Warwalker?
Why are you looking at me? I'm 2 weeks old.
There must be another answer.
I suppose, as I've been sitting and thinking of this for like 5 minutes, I think the closest thing to a plan here was to make sure we couldn't make a new Arbiter. But, like, is that just spite? Anyways, everything we've been doing for the last, like, oh, I don't know, hour and a half of questing was all for nothing. Without the Arbiter to stem the flow of souls to the Maw, the Shadowlands will never be fully repaired. This cannot be the end. Surely you could think of something.
Mawwalker, friend, do not blame yourself. I just wish there were some way.
There is a way.
Yeah, y'all saw this coming.
Pelagos, what do you mean?
In service to the Shadowlands, I offer my soul.
What? No!
I have yet to ascend, Clea. Perhaps there was a reason for it.
But your soul! You do not have to do this.
I know. This is my choice, sister. My purpose.
I do not want to let you go.
Our souls are bound as one. We will never be apart.
A new voice freely offer.
They even hugged.
Soul, pure and unburdened.
Yeah, it's good animation. In gameplay, too. And then we switch to in-engine. These cutscenes keep ending like a second too early.
Is it still you?
Yes, Clea. I am whom I have always been. And yet, so much more. My path has become clear. I must take my place in Oribos.
Go in service. Brother of my heart. We will meet you there.
Farewell, my friends.
Oh, they're gonna keep getting better too, Xavier. After this, I mean.
The pattern is made whole. We return and continue.
No, that cutscene is legit. One little idle thought. The jailer is the original Arbiter, but he doesn't look like anything. Like, we've seen what he looks like without his armor, and with his armor. He's this big death doomy thing. Then there's the Arbiter, which looks like this, and then there's him, which looks like this. When did this design become the new default for the Arbiter? It looks absolutely nothing like Zoval. So, the reason they couldn't fix the old Arbiter is because Nothrazim, jailer behind everything forever, the end. This song has been completed, and harmony has been restored. I know. Yet Zereth Mortis remains haunted by discord. Okay. Let's talk to Firim. Firim? You mind? Like, I'm really not joking when I say it's hard to even properly process what the hell just happened and why they broke the old Arbiter. But it was. Like, a Nothrazim showed up and stood there speechifying for several seconds while everyone just watched. And then, like, shoved Argus in? Or something? I'm still not 100% sure where Argus came from, but whatever.
What is on your mind?
Like, I swear the only reason that scene was there was to confirm that it was Argus all along that smashed the Arbiter back at the very, very, very beginning of the expansion. Yeah. We've all known that for a while.
May I share a word with you, my friend?
No. I must confess, at first I thought Pelagos was making a horrible sacrifice, but now I see he was giving the Shadowlands all the hope and compassion he holds in his heart. We should go see him. Oh! Hey look! Souls entwined.
Archon's wisdom prevails.
I've caught up with myself. Yeah, no, that really felt like they were just wrapping up the souls going through Oribos thing, like, as fast as they possibly could. So here's a quest line about that. Okay, we get a new Arbiter. Okay, and it's Pelagos. Okay, done. Yes, actually, Bregwin. Not super long, but since Dragonflight. How long is this, by the way? The step we're about to do? Yeah, you can see it right there. Souls entwined. I've been on this quest for a while. At least I don't have to kill N'Zoth anymore. Anyone? Does anyone know how long this is? Okay, it's not super long. But I think the reason why I was asking is about to become slightly more clear. Hey, baby, baby. Wait, you're not baby, baby. You're baby bear.
I was just getting ready to take a nap, and then Bob told me to come tell you that it's dinner time.
Well, thank you. Go lay down, get your nap, okay? You need it. You smell like you've been running around outside.
Sohela did too.
It's been fun, right?
And we went on the trampoline with Sohela, and she didn't get hurt.
Oh, that's even better. I'll be up very shortly, okay?
Okay.
Thank you for telling me.
Get back here.
I have been defeated. The king has been usurped by Princess Elsa Doom, the Death Destructo Mermaid Queen.
I'm not the queen.
Oh, sorry.
I'm the princess.
Sorry. Princess Death Destructo Doom.
No, I'm a mermaid. That's good. You're a mermaid. That's good. So Hela's a mermaid. That's good.
Are we all mermaids? Well,
the queen is evil, and the king is under the queen's control.
There you go.
No, I'm not the queen.
Oh, I'm the queen. Okay, I can accept that.
No, this is a king crown.
Oh, I didn't know crowns were gendered. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. Go ahead and go upstairs. I'll be right up, okay? Let's go ahead and put this off for tomorrow. And then we'll do all the wrap-up, right? Reclamation of Lordaeron, whatever the Blood Elf quest is, all the epilogue, and the audit, and giving our final score for Shadowlands. As a reminder, there will be no early shift tomorrow because of the reset and the maintenance. So tomorrow, for the only shift, let's wrap this crap up. See you guys.